we've got another kettlebell video for you guys. And if you don't already know, kettlebell training has a whole lot of benefits because not only are you gonna get stronger by swinging one of these funky shaped pieces of iron around, but you're also gonna improve your cardio at the exact same time. Now, Kettlebell Kings has solidified their name with their high quality kettlebells, and they've got a few different options for you to choose from, but today we're gonna be breaking down their powder coated option. There's a lot going on here, so let's go ahead and get right to it. What's up everybody, it's Jake back in the Barbend Garage Gym, and for today's video, I've got the powder coat kettlebell from Kettlebell Kings. If you don't know how this works, in this video today, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about this piece of equipment. We're gonna talk about the price, we're gonna talk about some pros and cons, but most importantly, gonna talk about who should or maybe should not scoop one of these bad boys up. Now, before I start doing all of that and giving you my whole spiel, I gotta let you know, we reviewed a ton of kettlebells on barbend.com. So if you wanna browse our best list, all you gotta do is search Barbend, best kettlebells. Our list is gonna pull right up for you, and you can find out for yourself which one cracks that #1 spot. So let's talk about some of the things I like about this powder coat kettlebell. First of all, we gotta talk about texture. Texture matters with all equipment, whether that be dumbbells or barbell, and in this case, obviously a kettlebell. And I gotta say, that's something that this bad boy just really has got going on, in my opinion. Gives you a really nice grip whenever you're working out. Doesn't feel too rough on your skin when you're working out. And I don't have any chalk on me right now, but we have tested chalk with this kettlebell, and it still worked well, and it gave us a really good grip, which is a really nice thing. This is one single piece of cast iron, so there's no welding or plugs or anything right here. It's really nice for durability. You don't have to worry about the bell and the handle ever coming loose. Also has a lifetime warranty, which is a really nice touch right there too. But Kettlebell Kings uses a gravity casting process with their kettlebells. And if you don't know what that is, I'm just gonna summarize really quick. Basically, it's just gonna give you the most accurate reading with your weight, which is a really nice thing. You don't wanna be swinging around a kettlebell that's either too heavy or not heavy enough of what is advertised on the bell, which is nice. Another thing I really like about Kettlebell Kings is that they actually polish their kettlebells from any imperfections. So whenever you take a kettlebell out of the mold, there's rough edges. And a lot of times, companies will just kind of fill that in with putty or paint over it, whatever it is. It looks, fine on the surface level, but over time, that's kind of gonna break down. And, Kettlebell Kings doesn't do that. So that's just a really nice thing. You're gonna get, a really high quality product whenever you make your purchase. There's also 21 different buying options, which I think is nothing short of awesome. From 4 kilograms all the way up to 92 kilograms, that's 9 pounds to around 203 pounds, which is really nice. Every athlete essentially is gonna be able to find a kettlebell that suits their needs. There's also free shipping. Free shipping is awesome. If you've never had to ship a kettlebell before, you know how big of a pain that is and how expensive that is. So that's obviously just a really nice thing. And then lastly right here, I really like this machine finish flat base. A lot of times with kettlebells, it's rough down here and it can kind of lead to them a wobble, a little bit whenever you go to set them down on the ground. And that's just not gonna happen here. And I think we all can get behind that. All right, now, typically in these videos, I sit here and list off a couple, potential cons you may have with, any product. But honestly, y'all, with this kettlebell right here, only thing in my opinion is just the money. This is an expensive kettlebell. I'm gonna, detail pricing in just a minute, but their kettlebells are more expensive all across the board than pretty much all the competition. So definitely just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about some money with these powder coat kettlebells. And before I start doing all of that, workout equipment, gym equipment, it's always gonna fluctuate with price. So, companies often, have quick sales, they'll bump up the price out of nowhere. So definitely just keep that in mind. But these are the prices as of right now. Okay, and we're gonna be referring to these in pounds. So cheapest option is that 9-pound kettlebell. It's gonna run you around 75 bucks or so. This 48-pound bell is around 120. And if you're the most jacked person on the face of the planet, that 203-pound bell is gonna run you around $425. Now, These are expensive. There's, no getting around that. These are expensive kettlebells, and they're more expensive than pretty much every other option on the market. But that's also because shipping is technically included with that price tag. It's listed as free, but it's pretty much included. So if you compare, these kettlebells to Rogues, all across the board, Rogues are cheaper, on paper, but you have to pay for shipping with Rogue, and then of course taxes, which you still have taxes with this. It's gonna be about 15 bucks or so. Anyways, it's gonna wind up, balancing out in the long run, which Rogue actually might be a little bit more expensive by, a few bucks or so, just because of having to, pay for that shipping. So just definitely keep that in mind. Also, another thing here, yes, this is a very nice kettlebell, but you're paying 120 bucks for one single kettlebell. So, if you can't really stomach the fact of doing that, you might be better off going after an adjustable kettlebell system, because, a lot of those are gonna be cheaper than this or right around the same price as this right here. And you get, obviously more options for you to work with, so definitely keep that in mind. At the end of the day though, if you're just looking for, good old fashioned classic cast iron kettlebell, this is a really solid option for you to, choose from. It's gonna last you a really long time. Plus you have that lifetime warranty, which is just really tough to beat. And also the quality, like I said, just top tier in my opinion. Now, kettlebells don't have a whole lot of features, but let's talk about some of the ones that are evident with this kettlebell and just the overall build. All right, so since these are not competition kettlebells, the overall size is going to be determined by which weight you decide to purchase. Okay. Now, there's a full chart on the Kettlebell Kings website that breaks down all the dimensions for all the kettlebells. So I'm not going to do all that. Definitely check it out though; it's really helpful. All right, so the handle right here is 39 millimeters, which is pretty thick. It's going to give you a really nice grip as you're working out, which is obviously a really good thing. And it stands about 6.5 inches tall. Now, once again, this is one single piece of cast iron. So there's no welding right here, with the handle and the bell. It's not going to come loose over time. But also, once again, Kettlebell Kings uses a gravity casting process with their kettlebells. And I mentioned, that's how you get that pinpoint accuracy, with your weight. But if you don't know what that means, basically what they're doing is pouring into the mold for these kettlebells and just allowing gravity, to take care of the rest of the work. So it's not getting pressurized or anything like that. So it's just overall, a better process to make your kettlebell. Now, it's a nice machine finished flat base right here. There's no roughness at all right here. There's no grooves, anything. So there's not gonna be anything interfering, with the bell on the floor to make it not sit flat, which is a good thing. You don't want it to just kind of topple over as you go to set it down. Maybe doing your kettlebell stop swings, anything like that, it's not going to fall on you, which is obviously a really nice thing right there. Now, you do have your color-coded handles right here. This is the case for all the kettlebells up to, I think, 106 pounds. Anything after that, anything 123 and on, it's not going to have a color-coded handle, which is nice. You just memorize what color represents what weight. You just grab it, and you're good to go. And then lastly, can't forget about the powder coat finish. These are the powder coated kettlebells. It feels great in my hands. Honestly, it gives me a really good grip on its own. If you want to use chalk, it's going to work well with chalk, if that's your preference. And, anytime you go and put it in that rack position, it really just doesn't hurt, doesn't irritate your skin, which is a very nice thing. I think we all can appreciate that. All right, so I just want to, reiterate on a few things for you guys and just kind of show them, showcase everything up close. So once again, we have the 48-pound kettlebell. That's what this green is signifying right here. It's going to be really helpful, especially if you purchase multiple kettlebells. You know what color, represents what weight. You just grab it and get straight to your workout. This handle is 39 millimeters in diameter, all the way around right here. Gives you a really solid grip, fills your palm really nicely. And once again, this is going to work well with chalk. So if that's kind of your preference with kettlebell training, that's going to be a really nice thing for you. And then I just want to show you up close. As you can see, there is no welding right here with these handles and the actual bell. That's what you're looking for with the kettlebell. You don't want that weld. It's gonna, it's probably gonna take a long time for that to wear down, but still, that's something you don't have to worry about whatsoever with this kettlebell. On the front right here, you got your kettlebell logo. The King is just kind of cool in my opinion. Just looks pretty sweet. It's indented right here, so it's not gonna, rub your arm the wrong way or anything like that. And then on the back, it's labeled in both kilograms and pounds, which is just nice for, obvious reasons. And then really one of my favorite things right here is this machine finished flat base. So it's wide, it's gonna give you that nice wide base, so it's not gonna, topple over or anything, but also this is beautiful, honestly. This is pretty perfect. There's no ridges, there's no lines, there's no bumps, there's nothing right here. It's about as perfect as it gets. And then really lastly, y'all, just texture. I already talked about how it works well with chalk, but you put this bad boy in that racked position right here, and it doesn't irritate your skin. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. And it's definitely something you want to avoid whenever you're going to purchase a kettlebell. So, through and through, everything about it, it's a really, really nice kettlebell in my opinion. All right, now let's talk about who should or maybe should not purchase one of these powder coat kettlebells from Kettlebell Kings. And I think we should talk about who should first. All right, so if quality is your driving factor with equipment, which it probably should be, this is honestly about as good as it gets. They do use that gravity casting process. This is one single piece of cast iron. This is top notch in my opinion. And then also, if you're looking for a wide range of weight options, once again, there's 21 different weights you can choose from between 9 pounds, 203 pounds. So you're gonna be able to find a kettlebell that meets your needs. And then when it comes to those who might not want to purchase this kettlebell, really, y'all, okay, so first, if you're in a kettlebell sport and you want all your kettlebells to be the uniform size, well, this is not a competition kettlebell. I highly suggest going to get a competition kettlebell, which Kettlebell Kings actually has some, so you might want to go check those out. And then really, it's just the price. These are pretty pricey to say the least. So, if you can't stomach spending, a whole bunch of money on a full set of kettlebells, you might want to go and get an adjustable kettlebell system. It's going to cost you about the same amount of money as this one single kettlebell. All right, well, that's all I got for y'all today on the powder coat kettlebells from Kettlebell Kings. I know I've been talking about how, these are pretty pricey, but you're definitely getting what you're paying for. So, once again, one single piece of cast iron. They definitely use that gravity casting process. Plus, you get that lifetime warranty, which is, a really nice touch. But it feels really good in my hands. There's a lot of different weight options for you to choose from. There's a lot going on right here that, I think everybody can get behind. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope this video was really helpful and that I was able to tell you everything you need to know about these kettlebells. As always, stay on the lookout for my next video, but for now, I want you to head over to barvin.com because we have a full written article just waiting for you to read it. It's gonna pop up in this corner right here, but I still want you to search Barvind Kettlebell Kings Powder Coated Kettlebell Review. It's gonna pull right up for you. You can go over every single thing we talked about here today. I'll catch y'all next time.